Hey, what is up guys? Tonight in today's video, I'll be showing you guys a build guide for the strategic weapon slash Heavenquaker spear. So obviously you should have these two weapons unlocked already. If you don't know how to unlock them, check out my walkthrough videos where I show you exactly how to unlock these. But what you need to know for this build in general is that your abilities gives the boss a bleed stack. So your Q gives like a bleed stack, your tilde key gives you a bleed stack, your R charge gives a bleed stack, kind of like that. But before we get into more details, let's talk about our inner ways. So very important here. So the two most important thing here is the sword horizon and then the wolf chases art. So the sword horizon is for the strategic sword. It gives you an extra move after finishing your skills. So I'm going to show an example of this. So if I'm spamming Q, right? So normally you can press Q twice. Like this, you spin around. That's the normal skill without the sword horizon in a way. But with the sword horizon in a way, you can press Q 3 times in a row. And it will change into something like this. And then you get an extra moveset, and then it's the same for the tilde key here. You get an extra dash, and not only that, for your R charge skill, you press it again, you get a forward dash as well. If you're auto locked on to the boss, you will automatically dash straight back into the boss. So those are quite nice to have. That's one of the reasons why you really need this sword horizon in a way. Not only that, when you hit an enemy with any of your skills, see here, you will notice there's like a bleed stack thing under their name. So when you hit 5 stacks in total, if you use one more skill that causes bleed, you can then pop the 5 bleed stack to deal extra damage. And this is from the sword horizon in a way as well. As you can see, boom, it went up to 5 stacks and then we popped it off and it dealt extra damage. So that's the core of how to use this sword. Let's talk about the other core in a way you must have. So make sure to have sword horizon and then wolf chases art. These are the two must have. The other two here is not as important, but wolf chases art, sword horizon must have. So wolf chases art is the one for your Heavenquaker spear. So when you use your spear skill, you gain a buff. This makes it so that you gain it quicker. And then once you have the buff, you will do extra damage to a boss that is currently bleeding. So I'm going to show you right now. And also the more bleed stack they have, the more damage you're going to do with the spear skills. I'm going to press my Q twice only. So I get 5 stacks, right? And I'm going to switch to my weapon, my spear to show you. I'm going to press Q. And it does extra damage. It doesn't really show you, but it does extra damage according to the inner will. Now for the other two inner ways, I think these are personal preference. I think Morale Chan is like really good attack buff overall. Basically just gives you a free damage boost, like a total 5% physical damage increase. So that's pretty nice to have overall. And then you also have Breaking Point. Hitting exhausted enemies with a critical hit applies a stack of disintegration for 3 seconds. So this makes it that when you have downed the boss, you do massively more damage. As you can see here, you quickly, because of how quickly your attack is, you can stack it up to 3 times really quick. So each stack is going to give you like 10% physical penetration as well as critical damage bonus by 5%. So we add that out, it's going to be 30 physical penetration and 15% crit damage bonus. So that's pretty massive here. So here's like an example of an AoE rotation for just trash mobs in general, or even just for killing the boss. You can do this as well for bosses, but I'm just going to show you for trash mobs. So I'm going to apply the 5 bleed stack, Q twice, weapon swap, use my Q here. Use the tilde key, weapon swap to strategic sword, pop the bleed stack here. I'm going to replay that but in slow motion so you guys can see it. So this is the rotation you want to use for trash mobs or even single target bosses that you're trying to burst down. So next, I'm going to show you an example of how I would go about comboing the boss when they're down. Okay, so here's going to be an example right here. Now, I have bleed stack applied already at 5, so I weapon swap immediately into my Q and then my tilde key, and then finish it off with an F. So there we go. I'm going to probably replay that again in slow motion. So then, and then in general, if you see the boss not really doing anything, you can just go ahead and use your skills to apply your bleed stack from your strategic sword. So you always kind of want to start off with your strategic sword. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys found the video helpful. Make sure to leave a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe for more future weapons me content. As always, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.